Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, the Collector, and for today's video I'm gonna review the Power Rangers and TMNT 2-pack, Foot Soldier Tommy and Morphed Raphael. Let's take a closer look at the packaging. As you can see, on both sides there's the corresponding artwork for both of this figure. At the right side of the box, it's just the continuation of the artwork for Tommy, and at the back there's the picture of both of these action figures, and at the left side there's the artwork of Morphed Raphael, and at the top of the box there's the logo of Power Rangers and TMNT, and at the bottom your standard packaging description. So without further ado, let's proceed. Here is Foot Soldier Tommy and Morphed Raphael out of the packaging. I got to say, these were a pretty badass action figures, and I really like what they did on Foot Soldier Tommy. And for those of you who are wondering what are these action figures, well, basically there's a comic book crossover between Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I got to say, Hasbro really did a great job on translating those characters into an action figure. So without further ado, let's proceed. Now let's take a closer look at Morphed Raphael. First, let's focus on the head sculpt. As you can see, the helmet design for Morphed Raphael is very similar with the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. As you can see, they have the same design with the head of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, the visible the noticeable difference between them is, for Raphael, the teeth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex is a little bit bigger, and also you can clearly see his eyes over there. As you can see, it was sculpted and painted very well. And one thing I like about it is what they did on the mouthpiece. As you can see, for the Mighty Morphin Red, there's a visible mouth, since they were human and they're also teenagers. But for Morphed Raphael, they used this ninja-like mouthpiece. He really looked like a ninja. Now moving on with the armor. As you can see, it was painted with gold, and also the belt, you can clearly see the logo of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And also I wanted to point out the same details with the other Turtle Rangers. As you can see, they have the same sculpt for the turtle shell, and also they didn't forget the pattern for an actual turtle shell. As you can see, that's really good. And also I've noticed, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I think the paint job for this MMPR Red Ranger is much better than the Morphed Raphael. I mean, this is much smaller, but they painted it with accuracy. And for this one, they missed some parts, especially on this side. But anyway, I'm not that OC. And of course, the same with his brothers. You can clearly see at his feet that It's not just a boot. You can clearly see his turtle toes, and that's a really good detail for Hasbro. Now let's focus on the Morphed Raphael weapons. As you can see, he came with this two side that resembles the, or very similar with the Red Ranger power sword. As you can see, it is very similar with the design, and I think the paint ups for this side is much better. As you can see, they painted the holder or the hilt with gold. They added some details on it. As you can see on the power sword, I mean, they didn't paint it with gold, they just painted it with black, and as time passed on, paint chips happen. But this is a really good accessory for Morphed Raphael. They've even painted and sculpted the Tyrannosaurus Rex logo. That's really cool. Now let's focus on Raphael's alternate head. As you can see, I really like what they did on the expression of Raphael, since we all know he is the muscle of the group. I really like this grinding look, and also they painted his eyes with a different color. They painted it with green. If you watch my review, I really like what they did on the other Turtle Rangers. They have a very intrinsic or unique face sculpt that resembles their personality. Now I'm just gonna show you what does Morphed Raphael look like without the helmet. As you can see, the head really fits the body, but I think the problem is the red, this red part didn't actually match the color of the suit. I mean, it's not noticeable on the camera, but if you have this on your hand, you will notice the difference of that red part. But anyway, it's just a small thing. It's very negligible. Now let's focus on the foot soldier Tommy. As you can see, the head sculpt is just a reused or a repainted head of Deadpool on the Marvel Legends, but I really like this head sculpt because you can clearly see the wrinkles at his forehead, and even the mold of his ears. And as you can see, the rest of the body is just a standard Power Rangers Lightning Correction body mold. What I really like about this figure is the ninja bracer or gauntlet. As you can see, this is a unique sculpt. I haven't seen this on other figures. I mean, I didn't buy the hand ninja action figure, so I'm not sure if this is a reuse, but it looks really cool, especially the scratches on the gauntlet. I don't know if you can see it, but there are scratches even on this part. It really looks like he went on a battle with someone, as you can see at the same side. That's really cool. And also this part is a new sculpt. He really looked like a ninja. And also this, if you look at his foot, it really looks like a sandals or slippers that was being used by the ninjas. That's a really cool detail. Now let's focus on the alternate head of Tommy. As you can see, there's a lot of light. I'm sorry. As you can see, this is just a reused head sculpt. This was originally on the Green Ranger head sculpt. They just painted his headband with purple to match his outfit, but as you can see, he really looks like Tommy on his younger years. I really love the face print tech of Hasbro, and you can clearly see that he has his earrings. They've even sculpted his earrings and painted it with gold. That's really cool for Hasbro. Now for Tommy's weapon, it's just a basic katana. They didn't even mind painting the hilt. They just painted it with plain black and silver for the blade. I almost forgot to include this good detail for both of this figure. They can really store their weapons very well. As you can see on Raphael's belt, you're just gonna put his sai on there and it sits really well. And surprisingly, for the foot soldier Tommy, at first I thought they won't put any weapon holders for this figure, but suddenly I've realized this small hole at the back where you can just put his katana over there, and voila, this is a really cool action figure. Moving on with the accessories, similar with his turtle brothers, Morphed Raphael came with 3 pairs of hands. He came with the pair of weapon holding hands, or the default hand that was attached on the action figure. He also came with this karate posing hands or open hands, and he also came with this close piece or punching hands. Morphed Raphael also came with this alternate head, which I've shown a while ago. He also came with this sai, 2 sai that really looks like the power sword. And he also came with this swishing effect made with soft plastic. Now for foot soldier Tommy, he came with 2 pairs of hands. So you can see the weapon holding hands that was attached on the action figure. And he also came with this punching hands or close fist. He also came with this standard katana. He also came with 2 effects. First is the what look like a lightning effect made with soft plastic, and also a punching aura effect that you're just gonna put his fist on that hole. He also came with this alternate head which I've shown a while ago, and he also came with this two piece of cloth like accessories. First, this is this one. You're just gonna use this one if you wanted to show Tommy without the mask or the ninja mask. And for this part is a pretty cool accessory. You're just gonna put it on him, then he's now a ninja Tommy. That's moving on with the articulation. First, let's focus on Raphael. His head can rotate 360 degrees. He can wiggle his head. He can look up only by that far. He can look down that far. He has a neck articulation. His hands can reach up to that point. It can rotate 360 degrees. There's also a butterfly joint, but it's not very usable since it was being hindered by his shell. He has a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow with the pinless neck. His hands can rotate 360 degrees, that can move side to side, and he also has a what do you call this, torso articulation, but as you can see it was being hindered by this part. He can also rotate his hip up to that point. He can do the split. He has a tie cut, a double jointed knees with the pinless neck, and a leg cut, and an ankle pivot that can move up that far and move down that far. Moving on with the foot soldier Tommy articulation. His head can rotate 360 degrees. He can look up and look down. His arms can only reach up to that point. Focus. You can rotate his arms 360 degrees. His joints are a little bit tight, I'm sorry. Let's move on. He has a bicep swivel, and also he has the butterfly joint. He has a double jointed elbow with with the pins. He has a torso articulation that can rotate 360 degrees. He also have an ab crunch that can help him look up that far and look down that very far. He can do the split, and there's a tie cut, a double jointed knees, a leg cut, an ankle pivot that can also move up and move down. Morphed Raphael is standing around 6 inches tall, and the foot soldier Tommy is also around 6 inches tall. Here is Raphael and Tommy side by side with the MMPR Red Ranger and the Morphed April O'Neil. Here is Morphed Raphael and Tommy side by side with the Mesco 112 Collective Daredevil from the Netflix series and the Marvel Legends Deadpool. And finally, here is Morphed Raphael and Foot Soldier Tommy with the rest of the gang. Donatello, Mikey, Leo, and Morphed April O'Neil. To conclude my video, this 2-pack is a pretty dope action figure. Even though the Tommy Foot Soldier action figure is just a filler so that they can have a 3 different release of 2-pack version of Power Ranger and TMNT action figure. I mean, although it was a 90% reused parts, I really like how they made this action figure very unique. And of course, for Raphael, all of their body molds are original since they are just a turtle. The minor issue about this figure, I think, is the loose joints for the Raphael action figure, similar with the other Turtle Rangers. They all share the same issues, the easy to lose joints, and sometimes they have a hard time standing because of their shell. But with the right pose and patience, this action figure can make a good poses for your toy photography. So if you're a Power Rangers collector, I think you must have these unique action figures. I mean, they are all very unique, especially the designs on their helmets. I mean, most of the release of Power Rangers are all the same mold. They just change their helmet and paint ups. And if you're a TMNT collector, this is a definitely must have. Even though I'm not yet a TMNT collector, I know that the TMNT brand has a lot of crossover releases, especially with DC, and also they have this horror action figures, I think, horror crossover between TMNT and monsters. Please watch my next review for the very last Power Rangers TMNT action figure, the Morph Shredder. Maybe I will be releasing it next week. So guys, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button and also the bell icon. I hope you have enjoyed my video for today. Thank you all guys for watching. Have a good day and take care.